Hello everyone, I hope you're having a blessed day. Today I'm coming to you with my K12 review. This is for the Cava, the California Virtual Academy program for the kindergarten program. And I am just coming on here to let you guys know how this week went. I got my little notes here so I can let you guys know what we went over this week. The beginning of the week for math, we started out with the patterns that we were doing before, which was the ABC patterns or the ABB patterns or the ACC patterns. We worked on that, which was ABCC and ABC patterns. We had like a unit review where he had to take a test to say, to see what he's learned, to make sure that he, understands what he did. We had an optional day where he can either go ahead or he can just go back on things that he had problems with. Thursday and today, which is Friday, we went over just counting through. He had like pictures and he had to count between 1 through 5. He had to do that and do some worksheets on that. Today he had to do pretty much the same thing, 0 through 5, counting different things and putting the answer. There's a picture of 3 balloons. It'll have a multiple choice of how many balloons is this, questions like that. Let's see. He had his normal handwriting where he just practices handwriting. For language arts and language skills, we had a unit checkpoint, I think, when we went over things that he's learned. Went over family words, like different words like mom, different meanings of mom, mother, father, pop, different words that you can use, so that some people use. Let's see, what else did we go over? I read a poem called Open Hydrant, and it talked about, I think it was about, not mistaken, I think it was about, it was talking about a different fire hydrant and what the water felt like and stuff like that. It was like a little poem, and then it had rhyming words within it. Sorry about that, kind of had like a brain fart. We also went over family words again, mom, mother, just make sure that he understands them. Let's see, what else? For language arts and comprehensive, we went over exploring recycling, understanding recycling, and just understanding how important recycling is. I read, let's see. I read a story to him called A Chair for Mother, and it was just like a story about a daughter, her mother, and her grandmother, and how they used to live in a house and their house burned down and they lost all their things. And like a lot of the family members and people in the neighborhood, when they moved, they first lived with family and then they ended up getting their own place, and their family ended up helping them with different things that they needed. And one thing that they wanted was a new chair. So what they did was, the mom was a waitress, so every time she would get her tips, they would put in a jar, and then they would collect enough money to buy a chair. And this is a chair for them to sit down, whether it be when mom comes home with her, her feet's really tired, she wants to sit in the chair and watch TV, or when grandma comes home. It was just a special chair that they all used, that symbolizes just, I guess time together, I guess you can say. It was just a really, really cute story. Sad because their house burned down, but really nice that those people started giving them things and helped them out, gave them a bed, mattress, all kinds of stuff, which was really, really cute story. Let's see. Oops. Close it up. No. Sorry guys, it closed up. Let me see if I can think of what else we went over at the top of my head. I know that we did go over, for history, we went over, we talked about Spain and different parts of Spain, and he had to color the Spain's flag. We talked about France, and he had to color the French flag, and I can't even talk. I read a story to him called Madeline. It was about like these girls that everything that they did was in a straight line, 2 straight lines. They would like stand in line. Their beds were all in a straight line. When they brushed their teeth, it was in a straight line. One of the girls, Madeline, she ended up having to get She had to get her appendix removed, so she had to go to the hospital, and she wasn't there with them. So, knowing that they do everything together, at the end of the story, they ended up going to see her and everything, and she had a scar. She showed them her scar. And what ended up happening was they wanted to have their appendix removed too, so they can all do the same exact thing. So it was a really cute story. As well, it taught, you know, about different places in France, like the Eiffel Tower and like the Notre Dame building, just different buildings, and he learned about that. I'm trying to think, what else did we learn about? Top of my dome, since my notes went away on my phone. I'm trying to think of what else we went over. I'm trying to think of what it was for science. It's like so much stuff that you learn, but I want to make sure that I remember everything. For science, what did we do for science? Oh, learned about bones. He had to cut out, well, I actually cut out different parts of bones, and he had to, sorry, that's loud. He had to paste them on each part, like the arms and the feet bones and hand bones and the brain and all that stuff. And he had to do that, as well as he learned about the different muscles. He learned about the different joints and how many muscles they had and stuff like that. That's what he learned for science. Let's see. What else did he do? For music, he learned about different types of voices, like whether it's a loud voice, whether it's a whisper, whether it's like you're like thinking but nobody else can hear, you're just thinking about it in your mind. He learned about an artist that uses a lot of shapes in his paintings. So we talked about that. Sorry if this is boring. I'm just trying to remember from the top of my head what we talked about. I think that is about it. Next week, I will have, he's going to have Community Day on Tuesday. So that's going to be different. So I'll be able to talk about that and how that went. They're supposed to be having like a pizza party and different things they're going to be doing. It's supposed to be fun. They're going to have a raffle, so that'll be something different for him to be out and do something different, which will be next week on that Tuesday. So I'll be talking about what happened with that and how that went and how we liked it. Community Day is not mandatory. You can choose to go if you like, or you don't have to go, but we're choosing to see how we like it because this is our first year. Last year they didn't have it for transitional kindergarten, but for this year they do have it. So that is it, you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope this wasn't too boring. I hope it made sense, and have a wonderful weekend. God bless you. Take care. Bye bye.